Mayon Volcano in Albay province is now under alert level 3 due to its increasing activities with potential eruption within days or weeks. This comes just 5 days after Phivolcs placed Mayon Volcano under alert level 2 on January 1. According to Phivolcs, alert level 3 signifies high level of volcanic unrest where magma is near or at the surface and activity could lead to hazardous eruption in weeks. Aside from this, danger zones may be expanded up to 8 kilometers from the volcano's crater. In an earlier advisory on Tuesday afternoon, January 6, Phivolcs said it observed dome collapse pyroclastic density currents from the volcano. In a separate bulletin, Phivolcs notes that the volcano is now under alert level 3 as it observed an increasing number and volume of rockfall events. Phivolcs adds that it recorded a total of 346 rockfall events and 4 volcanic earthquakes since January 1, 2026. The agency says these indicate significant increase in activities compared to the 599 rockfall events logged from November to December 2025. Aside from these developments, the agency says it observed the more distinct rockfalls, which signaled an increase in the rate of dome growth and the beginning of extrusion of new lava at the volcano's crater. Phivolcs then recommends residents living within the 6-kilometer radius permanent danger zone to be evacuated due to possible pyroclastic density currents, lava flow, rockfalls, and other hazards. Flight operators are also advised to prohibit flying of planes near the volcano's crater. Phivolcs also warns of possible ash events on the south side of the volcano. Malacanang expresses confidence that the 6.7 trillion peso national budget for 2026 can withstand legal scrutiny. In a briefing on Tuesday, January 6, Palace Press Officer Claire Castro describes the 2026 national budget as the cleanest and most well-organized budget ever. This is in response to House Senior Deputy Minority Leader Edgar Ririsa's plan to raise the constitutionality of the unprogrammed appropriations in the national budget before the Supreme Court.
Confident po sila na ang ginawa po ngayon na budget ay ang pinakamalinis, pinakamaayos at ito'y para sa taong bayan. So confident po ang Pangulo.
President Bongbong Marcos signed the 2026 budget on Monday, January 5. He vetoed 7 out of 10 line items under unprogrammed appropriations worth nearly 92.5 billion pesos. However, several lawmakers are not satisfied with the move. Risa stressed that government expenditures must come from clearly identified sources of funding, which is not the case of 4 items under unprogrammed appropriations. These are items in the budget that will only be funded once there are excess revenues generated by the government. ML Party List Representative Laila de Lima also raised questions about unprogrammed appropriations, saying they are unconstitutional. The International Criminal Court rejects former President Rodrigo Duterte's appeal for disclosure of communications between the court's registry and the independent panel of experts assessing whether he is able to stand trial. The Pretrial Chamber 1 issued a decision in a 5-page ruling dated December 23, 2025, signed by presiding judge Julia Antoanella Motok. According to the court, there is no reason that would warrant granting the defense's request. Based on the document, Duterte's legal team filed a request on December 10. The defense appealed that the chamber order the court's registry to disclose all communications between the registry and the 3 experts appointed to assist in determining the former president's fitness to stand trial. The chamber says the requested copy of communications include any instructions or directives issued to the experts in the form of emails, letters, and/or notes taken during telephone conversations. It also includes specific documents furnished to them for the purpose of their evaluations, such as ICC filings and Duterte's medical records. In its submission, the defense said the requested information is essential for the team to better gauge the instructions transmitted to the experts as well as the documents and information provided. While the chamber notes this, it still emphasizes that the defense already has all the necessary information regarding the registry's interactions with the experts. The chamber then recalls that in an earlier decision it issued on September 24, 2025, it gave instructions as to the documents that shall be provided by the registry to the panel, to which the defense has full access. According to the ICC, since there is no indication that the registry failed to follow instructions, it is assumed the defense is fully aware of the materials transmitted to the panel. In light of these, the chamber says there is no reason that would warrant granting Duterte's request based on specific articles of the statute. The National Bureau of Investigation says the fingerprints of former Public Works Undersecretary Maria Catalina Cabral's corpse matched the fingerprints found in the agency's records. In an interview with reporters on Tuesday, January 6, NBI Director Lito Magno confirms that the fingerprints taken from the lifeless body of Cabral match not only the police documentations but also the NBI's data.
There were forensic results, no? Especially as announced by our counterparts sa PNP. Yung latent prints niya is the same as those na nasa record. So yung fingerprints na nakuha dun sa body or sa bangkay is the same with the records din ng PNP at ng NBI.
Still, the NBI says its investigation into Cabral's case is not yet closed. The NBI's plan to subject Cabral's driver, Ricardo Hernandez, to a lie detector test is still dependent on the recommendation of the agent assigned to the case. Previously, NBI spokesperson Attorney Palmer Malyares says the polygraph examination may still be an option despite being inadmissible in court. The Bureau also intends to probe into the flood control projects where Cabral was implicated and no longer on the circumstances of her death.
I think ang ano natin dito is yung investigation regarding dun sa mga flood controls na not anymore dun sa sa nangyari sa kanya.
Cabral was found dead at the bottom of a ravine on December 18 amid the probe into alleged flood control anomalies. Her former colleague, former Public Works Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo, alleged that Cabral had control at the Department of Public Works and Highways level to modify insertions in the National Expenditure Program for infrastructure projects. Cabral repeatedly denied wrongdoing during congressional hearings.